Rugby matters, which hopefully will be a breeze for the Springboks this coming weekend. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has retained the same team that played against Italy in a pool match for Sunday's 2019 Rugby World Cup quarter-final showdown with Japan. Not to be forgotten, the tournament hosts Japan racked up a shock victory of the Boks in pool play in the 2015 World Cup. And South Africa looking to avoid another big upset. In studio, we are joined by 2012's World Rugby Hall of Fame inductee, Kennedy Tsimba. Thanks for joining us. We know all about the Springboks' plan to dominate up front and Japan's will to try nullify that phase. Your thoughts on who will be smiling come Monday, Kennedy?
Well, definitely the Springboks, and I'm expecting them to win comfortably. It's going to be tricky in the first couple of 30 minutes because there's a lot of emotion right now in Japan due to their success. I think that success train comes to an end on Sunday, and the Boks will be smiling and obviously looking forward to who they're meeting in the semi-finals.
So clearly, Kennedy, you're part of the group that believes that Japan have very little chance of repeating their 2015 victory against the Springboks this time around. Let's just ask, get from you a sense of what they need to do to extend their stay at Rugby World Cup 2019.
Well, I think this is a matchup that's not favourable for the type of rugby that they want to play because there's very physical forwards. They haven't met a pack of this size, and I think the pack has been playing very well. You've got an astute coach, Rassie, who's very clever in terms of tactically preparing. So it's going to be difficult for them because they want to play at such a high speed where they don't allow defences to sort out their defensive lines because the ball is moving so quick, and they've got a lot of skillful players. Some of the islanders, and we've seen some of the South Africans that are playing for them, have been strong ball carriers, but they will meet their match, and that's what's going to be challenging for them.
Now, you from your playing days will know that how important that 9 and 10 channel is. Certainly quite a few more people are very concerned about that channel, looking at the matchup against Japan. What does South Africa need to do to avoid defeat this time around?
Well, funny enough, I think, I love a quick and expansive game, and I love the style that Japan is playing. But the Springboks are going to really have to slow the game down, which means that look for set phases, make sure that the speed of the ball, because that's something Japan hasn't experienced this World Cup so far. We, through that strangling and slow game, kicking into the corners and making sure our forwards have a chance to dominate through set phases. That's what we're going to have to do. We, of course, are the top point scorers in the World Cup. We've got 185 points that we scored so far in the World Cup. So scoring is not of an issue. It's just defensively that we need to set up our systems.
Now, Kennedy, I have to remind ourselves that these elite athletes are humans first and also suffer from all sorts of things that we do from time to time. Complacency is such a villain, never admitted to before, but might be evident after the game. What to do to avoid complacency for this Springboks team?
Yeah, I think after what happened last World Cup, all complacency is out the window. So I think they'll understand what they're up against, and I think because they've got such experience, you look at Dwayne Vermeulen and Pollard. A lot of them have experienced sort of the downer falls from 2 or 3 years ago from the Springboks. So I think that'll be sitting in the back of their minds. That defeat against Italy, it just shows you that yes, you may be favourites, but the minnows can rise up, and if they do, and you're not prepared for it, before you know it, the whistle blows and you're 1 point behind and you've lost the game.
Just a quick reminder, your prediction for the outcome of Sunday's quarterfinal?
Well, I'm predicting that the Boks win comfortably by 10 points. Like I said, it's going to be a bit, challenging in the first couple of 30 minutes, but the Springboks will win by 10 points at least.
Thanks so much. We all are expecting an edge of your seat match. That was 2012 World Rugby Hall of Fame inductee Kennedy Tsimba joining us to preview the 2019 Rugby World Cup quarterfinal match between South Africa and tournament hosts Japan.